Way to make an entrance, man.
Yeah, I was trying to test it on the lap. So we've just completed the big new website video. So we're trying to level up as a company. So we're trying to go Apple vibes, big nice landscape, HD video. You probably see a clip right now of the gym kicking off this morning, which was insane. Very busy. And then me and the team, beautiful assistants, Matthias and Soph. We're doing all the demo videos in the world, which I swore that I was never going to do again. But unfortunately, since I've not went through puberty on the first ones, we're having to redo them. Do you want to get stronger, fitter, and more confident? Then scan this QR code and come here. Look at that, man. Newcastle. We're going to do a Q&A. So Q&A, people. We're going to do a Q&A. Mr. Creative Flow's put us on the spot. I don't know what's coming. He's got some questions. I probably look horrendous because I haven't showered after training. Boohoo Man's great. Here's my new sneaks. We're going to do a Q&A. Okay, what you got? What are you laughing for? Go for it. What was the very first what? Spark. Oh. I think there was a couple of reasons why I wanted to open the gym. I think that Hornet Leisure Centre, the OG, used to spend a hell of a lot of time there after sort of, I'd say school, but really sixth form, because that's kind of when I started. I think I just didn't want to be in the house, going through crap at home and stuff like that. You know, divorced parents and stuff like that, and I remember staying there from like 4 o'clock till 7 every night and just actually loving it. Like the amount of volume we used to do, it was ridiculous. We do like 10 by 10 bench and then go on a chest press and then go on to flies, and I think, to be honest, there was a few where they just didn't want to go home. So that was part of the reason, but in and amongst that time period was like the OG, like the real goats of YouTube, like the Greg Plitts, the Christian Guzmans, the early Steve Cook when there wasn't really anyone. And I think Christian Guzman specifically, not even an ad, but fair play. We'll give him credit, since he inspired us, we'll give him credit. That's his brand. Like seeing him be 5 years, I think he's about 5 years older than me. And I think he like opened his first gym and I thought that was sick. And then like obviously snowballed into a bigger gym and then a bigger gym again and then a clothing brand, and then obviously now it's like astronomical. So I think I was really inspired by that. I probably followed him a lot more intensely when I was younger than what I do now, but there's loads of cool people like that. Like I think now my sort of mindset is like changed. I've got different role models now, but he definitely had a big role to play and some really cool guys.
When you get to it,
Sculpt is a place where you can get better no matter what your background is, what your starting point is, and you're not judged by anyone. I think, like I said, the reason I was inspired to open a gym, I wanted a safe place for me. It's where I spent a lot of time, and I think you'd be surprised how many people in here use this as an outlet. So it's not just the physical, even though that's what gets most people through the door, like wanting to look better, or you know, look better next summer on holiday, or look better at Christmas this time of year. But I think that Sculpt for me is a place where you get real guidance, you get expert coaching, but more so it's like a home. It's a home away from home, and it's like the third place on everyone's mind every single day. Like I mean a usual day, you know, work, home, Sculpt. That's what I it's a big part of me. Hardest moment in building Sculpt. There's been a few hard moments, I think, across the years. Obviously, at the start, it's relentless. At the start, you know, people don't realize the classes like the 6, 7, 9, 30, 5, 6, and 7 all started just as my PTs. It's like how it started. So it would just be me at the start every single day, didn't do a Thursday night, didn't do a Sunday, and that was like my rest. But it was just me doing essentially SGPT on all of them time slots. So that's how it started. So that was obviously hard, but I also loved it, and I had nothing else to do. I think that one of the hard periods, if I'm being honest, is the back end of 2024, coming into 2025. I hit this crossroads where I was like, I was probably a little bit sick of, you know, coaches that didn't care about the mission, coaches that didn't really care about the members. You know, everyone wants paid well, but like, they didn't love the game. Like this team now, like they're unreal. They really want to help people. And, you know, as soon as a relationship turns transactional, it's kind of like done. Like, I think that we've made more progression in 2025 than I would say the 2.5 to 3 years prior, and that's what's massive. And to some people from the outside looking in, we upset a lot of people, we really did, but we did it for the right reasons. Like there was a couple of little groups, couple of little social groups where they probably weren't bought into what Scope was. They weren't bought into that journey of like, you know, including everyone, expert coaching, slowing things down a bit. Like anyone can open a gym and do a 60-minute workout of burpees and squats and just beast them, and like, you know, give it like pay your membership and go away. But we didn't want to do that. We wanted to do like a proper coaching journey, a world-class experience, and that took me a lot of almost taking 2 or 3 steps back, investing time into the gym, investing relearning. I'll be honest, like every day is a school day. Getting a mentor, you know, putting a lot of time in the gym owners network, and probably a little bit of balls to just rip it up and start again. And I genuinely think it's in the best place it ever has been. So yeah, and obviously another hard bit is opening the second site, like Scope Ash. 2.0 was incredibly hard.
Do you think back to the back end of 24, you did anything about quick, and if you did, what next?
Have I thought about quitting? I think everyone thinks about quitting. I think that's part of it. Like, I think that like the hardcore thing to say if you want to get something viral is to go like, you know, I think every part of a workout, every part of your day, every hard day, every tough thing that you do, you're always going to think about quitting. Like if you do anything worthwhile, that's the difference. And there was a moment when I was in the Maldives a couple of years ago, just before Ashington was ready, where I was obviously like, one of my hobbies is diving, and there was a split second where I was like, do you know what, this could be easy, you know, if I just live off Instagram and just sit here and, you know, pop up and down in the water and just kind of have a chill life and probably move to Dubai and be an online coach like every other single person. But who's gonna remember that? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, who's gonna, don't really, you know, like look at Leo right now. Like, I think this is really cool. So when he grows up, hopefully we'll have maybe a bigger and better brand again. Well, we will. Maybe we'll have another site again. He's gonna grow up in this city, Newcastle, and be like, oh, there's like these sick places like dotted around the city where my dad built them. And I think that's pretty sick. I think like, also there's a little bit of an edge of us where I just want to build a sick community. Like, it's not even like, it's not about the money. Like, people really, really like get it wrong. Like, it would be so much easier for me to probably be an Instagram influencer, full-time online coach, because it just would. It would be simpler, it would be less stress, but like, it doesn't feel like when I walk in here and it's bouncing, like this morning, like when we do stuff like this is like what drives us. Like, there is no better feeling than coming in or like seeing a review. Like, it makes my night, it makes my day still. Like, coming home, seeing a Google review or doing something like that, it's the small things. Obviously, there's always a business element of like, you want it to be successful, but I don't know, it's not just that, it's something else. something else.
Can you report one story from member that convinced them?
Oh, it's a hard one, that, you know. Story from a member that stuck with us for years. I think it's definitely going to be one that I've forgotten about, which is amazing. There's so many. Like, you know, obviously someone very close to me, she had a mum and a dad pass away very, very close together, which is horrific. And she said to us once, she was like, oh, this place like keeps us sane. Like she actually said something like, it's the glue that kind of keeps us together. Like, I feel like I've got a family away from a family. Like, I mean, where do you get that? You're not getting that at a pure gym. Do you know what I mean? You're not getting that at a commercial gym. Like, you know, there's another situation where in the gym, there's someone again who, unfortunately, their son passed away, and like she said, like, again, this is my safe place, and that's what it's about, you know. Like, that is what it's about. Like, obviously, training is amazing for physical health, amazing for mental health, which helps, but also like bringing people together like that. So there's probably so many stories. And then obviously you've got the other end of the spectrum where it's not just about that, but like there's a guy at Ash at the moment who is a legend, and he works a horrendously long job. He can only train Thursday through to Sunday on the weekends, and he's lost over 100 pounds. Over 100 pounds, like, it's mental. That's a person in itself. So there's so many success stories I can tell you, loads and loads and loads. And there's loads of people that, you know, look at even the coaching team. Like, Soph has went from being a member to loving the place to turning into a coach. Matty Dickinson, I mean, I hope he doesn't mind us saying this, overweight fella, in a relationship he wasn't happy in a slump, didn't like the way he looked, didn't have any confidence. Now a senior coach at Ashton, has a relationship that he's over the moon with, has the confidence to hold a room full of people, has the confidence to run a gym. I mean, that in itself is like, I remember when I first met him, and like, look at him now, like he's, you know, besides Fern, top of the pile, and like that's what it's all about.
What do you think people misunderstand about us?
Oh, I mean, the easiest one, straightforward, is I think that everyone thinks that this is a very Instagrammy gym because we're very good at social media, and they think that the average client is going to be 10% body fat or a shredded girl who can do muscle ups or something like that. It's really not. You know, I'm coaching Roman downstairs now because Coach Abby's away, but like, you know, getting someone in who's got MS, who we've coached her to be able to stand up out of a chair for the first time in 2 years. Like, if that's not doing your job well, I don't know. I don't really know what is, like, to be quite honest. You know, getting someone the ability to stand back up again. And you know, I think people, I wish almost people could have this, like, you know, like, it sounds cringe, but obviously let's relate it to me here, like Love Island clips of like what the gym's really like, you know, the stuff behind the scenes, the Debs and the Pete's. You know, I did a partner workout on Wednesday with PT 72 and we absolutely smoked it. Like, that is what Sculpt really is. But also we are the best. Do you know what I mean?
How would you describe it visually?
If Sculpt was a person, how would I describe its personality? Probably like a bit of a gentle giant in the sense of leaders, but leaders who care, who want to go the extra mile, who are empathetic, who understand people's ability, who, you know, will tailor and taper and pick people up when they're down. And, you know, there's someone who I'm thinking of now who I gave a phone call on Saturday night because he went to hospital. Sorry, I didn't ring him. I texted this guy because he went to hospital on Saturday night. It was actually his missus who had his phone, but like, you know, a gym member, but like someone who I regard as a friend now. And I don't know, all that wraps up into one. Put it this way, if Sculpt was a person, it's a person that I would like to be friends with.
Hard exterior for something.
Yeah, like a hard exterior, looks the part, but a very soft, empathetic interior. I mean, when you look at Apple, everyone thinks Steve Jobs, right? And I think that's what I want Sculpt, whether it be just in Newcastle or whether it be all around the country. That's what I want people to kind of know. Sculpt, Adam Collard, straight away. What does Apple do well? Exceptional product, exceptional delivery, okay? Killer branding and killer marketing. So all of those things are what I want to be perfect, but also what does a phone do and what does Sculpt do? It brings people together. And I think that would be me, you know, exactly that concept in our own way. It's fucking sick. Sick. I love it. It's home.